Hello, welcome to A Life Full of Vegetables. My name is Palesa and I am the face to the hands. Ooh. First and foremost, I'd like to thank everyone that has subscribed to my channel. Thank you for subscribing. And if you've just stumbled across my channel, welcome. You are very lucky if you found my channel with this video. And yeah, today I'm here. I'm here. I'm here. So today I'm here because I actually want to do a seed tour to tell you about the seeds I eat and why it is I eat them. I do feel that they are an integral part of my vegan diet and they're quite important. So yeah, my jacket might make like noise, so do like excuse me for that. So in this video I wanted to share like a bit of my journey, not a bit of my journey, like the overview of my journey with food, how it is I came about going vegan and why it is I did go vegan and why I'm still vegan and how I went about it. So my first encounter with veganism, my first personal encounter with veganism was when I was 12. At 12 years old, I was practicing yoga. Do not ask me why I was practicing yoga at 12, but it was a pastime. So I did enjoy doing yoga and I found it to be quite fun. And my yoga instructor at that time was a very nice lady, and she always tried to like push my body further, and like any other coach does really. So yeah, it was nice. So this one day after class, after yoga class, when you're rolling up your mat, you have time to like chit chat a little bit. So it was one of those, and after the class I was rolling up my mat and she came up to me and she told me about these yoga retreats that go on. She was like, no, there's these yoga retreats that go on. There's one coming up soon. It's over the weekend, so you don't have to like miss school. You can just, go for the weekend. And what, not. And I was like, this sounds pretty cool. It sounds like something that I want to do. Like yoga for the whole weekend. That sounded very fun to me. So then the next statement that she said to me was that she said that, by the way, these yoga retreats, they only serve like vegan meals, so you won't have meat for the weekend. And I was just like, I was just like, no, I'm not going. I turned down the whole like idea. I was like, I'd rather just come to yoga class and then go back home and eat what I want to eat. So then fine, I carried on about my life and still practiced yoga and all of that. And like the concept of veganism and vegetarianism just kept coming up. I'd read about it, I'd see other vegans and vegetarians and how they live their lives and all of that. So I was very curious to try it, but it just like lingered at the back of my head and just carried on about my life. And when I was 17, that's when there was a meat scandal in South Africa, and it literally just like pushed me over the edge to try this whole plant-based lifestyle. And that's when I decided that I was gonna go vegetarian. I went vegetarian first because I was just like, can't survive veganism just yet. And so I tried vegetarian, and I think it was a good choice to start off as a vegetarian because then you just kind of get used to the plant life easier that way. Well, that was my approach. So fine, I remember the first dinner that I had that was vegetarian. Obviously, like, I told my family and my friends that, hey, I'm thinking of going vegetarian, so yeah, I'm just letting you know. Yeah, and that first dinner, like, well, before dinner time, I was just probably at school, and I thought to myself, you know what, today at dinner, I must not pack out the meat. I must just pack out everything else and leave the meat out. And yeah, that's what I did. And I kind of like stuck to it and just kept on trying. I had the thing back in my mind, okay, let me try it and see what happens. If good things happen, I'll keep doing it. If bad things happen, then I will stop and go back to being like a normal meat eater. Right? So nothing bad happened. Like I could still like play sports, like I was still very strong. I could still play sports. I played hockey. I could still swim. I could still do my yogas and do run and all of those things that I liked doing, that I still like doing actually. So yeah, like nothing changed. I wasn't slower. I wasn't running slower. I wasn't now weak and didn't have energy. I had more energy actually. So fine. Yeah, my journey with like going vegetarian was not linear, but it was very consistent. But not linear, but consistent. I don't know if I got a little bit interrupted, but I'm just gonna pick up where I left from. So I was saying that my journey wasn't linear. For the first few years of going vegetarian, like probably first 2 years, I was doing a lot of things wrong. Actually, I wasn't balancing out my plate. I wasn't doing any of those things. So one of the things that like that I didn't do right was like sometimes I would occasionally have fish, and it would always like leave me feeling a little bit guilty. So then I stopped occasionally having fish. Um, yeah, there was a lot of things that did go wrong. Not at first, but like after 2 years of being vegetarian, then was it 2 years or maybe a year or in a few months, I had used up my iron stores because I was just eating whatever as long as it didn't have meat. So so I did use up my iron stores. I had to go get my blood work done to see if everything was fine. But everything was fine except my iron. And as a girl, you are more likely to, not have enough iron in your body because, like, we bleed every month. So it was that, and plus the fact that, like, I wasn't eating any iron rich food. Yeah. So that's what happened. I did go on a 6 month program to help me like to help me restore my iron stores. My doctor put me on an iron supplement. I don't remember what it was called or whatever. But yeah, I was on an iron supplement. After that, then I took more note of balancing everything out because my parents are like, yo, you need to balance your meals out more. You need to balance your meals out more. But I wasn't doing it. So then, obviously, because of that, I got a little bit scared to be like, oh my gosh, I was almost anemic. Oh my word. And I was just like, no, let me take more charge of my plate. And like I did, but I was just very curious to like get it right because like I'd seen these people that are like so phenomenal that have been doing this thing. So I was just like, I can do it too, you know. I tried. Yeah, fine. Um, what that did is that it opened me up a little bit more to like do more research, read stuff, and see how I can improve my plate. So that's what I did. I subconsciously did it though. Like I didn't like fight with myself to do it. I didn't have to fight with myself to do it, and I just did it. So every single year since 17, like just been trying to like clean up my plate, and I did. When the years went by, I cleaned up my plate so much as a vegetarian that most of my meals were vegan. for a long time before I actually could say that I'm a vegan, So yeah, that's what happened. The hardest thing that I had a hard time letting go of was cheese. Like, giving up meat was easy, giving up milk was easy, giving up eggs was easy, but giving up cheese was just different. Was just different, and I think it's predominantly because I love pizza. So yeah, pizza without cheese seemed very weird to me. Well, without real cheese, there is vegan cheese, but we all know it's not the same. It's just not the same. Vegan anything, it's just not the same. Okay, it's just not. Even though they're nice, but it's not the same. Yeah, but this is why I want to do the seed tour, because I feel like it covered those things. Now I put seeds on my pizza and it's pretty great. Yeah. I'm comfortably vegan now, and I like being vegan, and I like the benefit of being vegan. One of the things that I really noticed, okay, not that I did go vegan to stay petite or whatever, but I've literally stayed small. I haven't went out of a certain range. Like, my weight stays within a certain range. I will go up and down in this range, but it doesn't go outside of that range. And yeah, by the way, because of my body type, I am very prone to gaining weight. Like, I can gain weight very easily, like in a blink of an eye. If I just forget, or just something, yeah, the weight comes. Even though I'm vegan, even though I eat vegetables, it just comes. If I'm not if I'm not looking out for it, then it comes. It really does. So I do plan to stay vegan for a lifetime. I do hope to have vegan babies. I want vegan babies. Vegan babies are the cutest. So I do want to do this for a lifetime. Yeah. The reason why, another reason actually, why this whole part of my life is very important, or why it is I am still motivated to do it, is because I really want to live a life where I am free in my body. I don't want to age badly and get to an age where as I get older and not be able to do certain things. I do keeping fit, I like running, I like doing yoga and playing hockey and all these things. I still want to be able to do them when I'm older, because when you get old, you just stop doing those things, and I genuinely don't want to stop. So yeah, it helps me to get to that, so I can age gracefully like we're meant to age. If you look at the anatomy of a human body, you will see that it is well designed. It is so well designed that it is possible to age gracefully. There are many ways to, I personally think that there are many ways to achieve this freedom that I'm trying to achieve. When I say freedom in my body, I mean that I don't want to feel weighed down or heavy. I don't want to feel sick. I don't want to be sick. I don't want to have any chronic disease that will eat away at my body, So I want to just keep my body well, so I can be able to be free in my body, so I can be free to breathe, so I can be free to move, in the most literal sense, the most literal sense that you could mean that sentence. I literally mean it, literally. And so far, I've had that freedom of being free in my body, feeling alive in my body. Some days I don't feel like well, like emotionally, but I'll feel well in my body, but still be sad, but feel well. Like there's this underlying well feeling, even though my life might be in shambles, or like something might be going wrong, or I don't know, everything else could be chaotic around me, but that part is so centered, and it's just a constant well feeling. And I think that's what keeps me going, because I always want to have, you know, that constant good feel, besides, regardless of what happens on the external, you know. um yeah, I do plan to do this for a lifetime, and I'll be documenting my journey, I guess, hence the channel. There's many things that I still want to try, you know. There's still so many things that I am going to try just for the pursuit of freedom in my body. I'm curiously seeking the freedom, if that makes sense, because I feel that, especially when it comes to well-being and, you know, and all these other things, the inside work, we can be very desperate to be well. We can be very, you know, very desperate and seek desperately. And I think that when one seeks desperately, you're more gullible. You know, whatever somebody else tells you, you'll be so easy to just agree with that person and try things and whatnot. So I am very wary of that, and at the core of it all, curiously seeking for freedom in my body, and trying to make it fun, and trying to make it, you know, interesting for myself, and not desperately seeking, not taking everything at face value. I do read up on a lot of things. I do like ask other vegans stuff, people that I know have been vegan for longer, and interact with them to see if they're experiencing some of the things that I'm experiencing, with whether some things are normal or not normal, and all of that. And I always use my own personal discernment when I decide to try something. So just because I'm trying this vegan thing and it's working out for me and I really like it, doesn't mean that like everyone should, not that this is exclusive or whatever, you are free to try it. But with anything in life, if you are going to try something, you have to read up about it, have to learn about it first before you try it. And I urge you to do so in whatever it is that you try. A diet fad, a challenge, a what, you know, just read up and use your own personal discernment. Trust your gut, trust your spirit to lead you to like the right places. Also, there's something else that I wanted to just touch on. Can't remember. Oh yes, I figured that I should do a sit down, like in between the recipes. We'll do more sit downs and, you know, tell you guys more about me, I guess. So you wanna find out more about me and get to know me. I feel like oh my word, I feel like YouTube is like a dating site, because now you like, you know, when like back in the day, like if someone were to ask you out, the line was like, I want to get to know you. So it's just like we like freely like dating now or something like that, because you're getting to know me. You like, what do you want? I just want to get to know you. Okay, let me stop now, let me stop. Ooh. Thank you so much for watching this video, if you watched till this far. Yeah, I will do more sit downs and share more information that I feel that has helped me along my journey. That's why I'm gonna do a sea tour, so yeah, stay tuned for the sea tour. And yeah, I've got some interesting seeds I'm gonna show you. Phenomenal seeds, I tell you. Yeah, thank you for, if you've subscribed, thank you for subscribing. If you've liked, thank you for liking. And I hope you stick around. I really do. I really do.